Okay. You have the most viral moment of our generation.
Make some noise for
That's
that.
a fact. 70 million views on YouTube, Katt Williams, right?
Yes.
Let's talk about this for a minute in a couple different manners. First, I'd ask you, but I want you to tell the audience, did you know that when you did that interview, right, in your mind, did you know, like, this is a home run, we out of here, we never looking back?
No. I was just hoping to get 10 million views. I thought, because Steve Harvey at the time, he was my most viewed conversation on my platform at 8 million views. And I feel if I can get 8 to 10 million views, that was a great conversation, great interview, whatever you want to call it. I just remember a short story of how that came about. I got off the elevators one Friday. I was in my attorney's office, and this black lady is getting on the elevator as I'm getting off. And she said, "Hey, Shannon, how you doing?" I said, "Hey, how are you?" I was like, "Ma'am, do I know you?" She's like, "No." She's like, "I've never seen you here before." I said, "My attorney's here, and I've been coming here for like 3 or 4 years." She said, "Wow, I never knew that." She said, "Today is my last day at work." I said, "Really?" I said, "So what are you going to do?" Now, mind you, I've been trying to line Katt Williams up for over a year. I don't know if people know this, but Katt doesn't fly. He takes his tour bus everywhere. So he's not going to be in California anytime soon. So I'm getting off, she's getting on. She explains, "Today is my last day of work." I said, "So if you don't mind me asking, what are you going to do?" She said, "I'm getting ready to be Katt Williams' personal assistant." I said, "Really?" I said, "I've been trying to line Katt up for a year." That was a Friday. The following Friday, Katt was sitting on that brown couch getting ready to do Club Shay Shay.
That's incredible.
And so I remember doing it, and I tell people this, and I don't know if you've heard it. Had we had Katt mic'd up from the time he hit the door, it'd have done 100 million views. Because there are a lot of people that he killed that it never made the air because
Can you name one or no?
No.
I had to try.
Katt has already got me Katt has already got me enough trouble as it is. And so I remember wrapping the interview, and I look back at my producer, CJ, and he's shaking his head. So I cover my mic. I was like, "Did I say something? Did Katt say something? What's going on?" And he's just shaking his head. He said, "You're going to break the internet, and people are going to talk about this for all 24. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "Shannon, you have no idea." And so I'm hoping for 10 million, and we do 24 million in 2 days. And Needless to say, but you don't know what's going to be good. You're just having a conversation. You're letting and people like, "Well, you being messy." What I allow guys to, I let men and women to come on my show, and I don't listen to any other interview they've done, so I'm not looking at them with judgy eyes. I'll allow them to speak freely. I'm not trying to cut them off, and that's why the interviews go 90 minutes, 2 hours, sometimes 3 hours, because I'm not cutting them off and trying to redirect them in a path I want them to go. You took time to come on my platform, so I want you to speak freely. I always ask all my guests, is there anything you do not wish to talk about? I believe the person that's sitting on my couch has a good enough portfolio that they can talk their entire career without their most embarrassing situation. And so when Katt said, "I can talk about anything," Monique, Terry Crews, anybody that's been on my platform. Now, there have been people that said, "Shannon, I would really like to stay away from this." No problem. You've been in the business 10, 15, 30 years. You're more than that detailed. Cool. But it was unbelievable. Katt, and what I've told people this, Katt did for me what television did for sporting events. Because before the television, it was on radio. You could only hear it. But now you could see it. Katt Williams gave me an opportunity. People could see Club Shay Shay now. They know what I do, and people have to take me serious.
A lot of times we lead with our emotions. Can you talk to us about the moment that you had with Skip? If I were you, I would have jumped on Skip, but I'm glad you didn't. But can you tell everyone here tonight, how did you persevere through that moment to lead you to now being a king of media?
It wasn't what he said. It was who said it.
Gotcha.
You saying that my career is in Tom Brady's, that's fine. I don't really know you like that.
Yeah.
But Skip and I had spent 7 years together. There are certain things that I believe that you work with somebody long enough, you know. And for me, if I lose a debate, I lose a debate.
Yeah.
I'm not going to attack anybody personally. It's like anything. You in a relationship, you having a disagreement. As long as you don't make it personal, I think the person can understand, well, I disagree with what you said. And that's what really hurt me the most, is because Skip and I had been together for 7 years. I had protected him in situations where people tried to attack him, and I wouldn't allow it. And for that moment, because he felt he was losing a debate, he felt he could attack me personally. That's what hurt the most. It wasn't what he said. It was who said it.
Okay. So the Katt Williams interview goes crazy. You get 70 million views. Were you able to 10x the revenue as far as sponsorships and corporate relationships? Because we saw Call Me Daddy, 120 million. We saw Joe Rogan, 100 million. We see a lot of these podcasts getting, these crazy multiples, but they're not black podcasts most of the time. So I'm always interested to know, how did you, with one of the biggest shows in the world, how did that look like as far as your brand partnerships, your revenues, your ad dollars?
Well, you said 10x, try 15x. It's been great. People know that people watch my podcast, they listen to my podcast, and that's what advertisers know. At the end of the day, who's watching, who's listening. We have analytics that can tell you who's listening, how long they're listening for, who's watching. Actually, Club Shay Shay, as far as more people, 78% of the people that watch Club Shay Shay watch it on the television.
Wow.
Really? Advertiser, sponsors, hold on. You mean to tell me people sit down and they watch this? They're not watching this on the go? It's almost like appointment TV. You remember back in the 90s when Martin and all those great sitcoms?
Yeah.
People made it a point. Oh, I can't go out tonight. Martin is on. I can't go out tonight. In Living Color's on. I can't do this. And so that's what people have made Club Shay Shay as appointment TV. Advertisers, they see that. Okay, let me see your deck. Hold on. You mean to tell me you doing 20 million impressions? You doing 15, 20 million views on 5 different platforms? Okay. How can we help? And so that's what it comes down to. It comes down, they want to know who's watching, for how long, and how can you help them?